you, Vivian, for recording. All of you met Vivian, our wonderful project manager and gatekeeper for this program. I'm Michael Pomage.
And I'm Dr. Cherie Carter Scott. And we're here to lead you in a program called Level 3 Coaching Mastery. And we're very excited about it, aren't we, Michael?
Absolutely. And some of our former grads, as in Gustav, and
That's right.
And who
Jones
else?
here. Jones just entering.
Absolutely. And Van An, and there's a number of individuals. And of course, we have our wonderful MCC mentor coaches who are joining to observe and to have all the participants get to know them. Absolutely. So it's welcome. We welcome all of you.
Yes.
Now we are in Las Vegas in America. And so it is right now 4:32 a.m. in the morning. We are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and we're ready to deliver the opening module number 1 to all of you. And I might be sneezing a little bit. I might have to share.
All right, you can share.
Okay, I contracted COVID 3 days ago, and I believe I might have transferred it to my partner.
We don't know yet because we both took tests. He came out positive, I came out negative, but we have to do them every single day. So we'll see how it goes.
So having said that, we might be using tissues in between us. So we're sorry for the inconvenience of blowing noses, but we need to stay clean and clear.
Yes.
All
so
right.
Vanon's on her way home. She's in the car.
Okay.
And she's joining us auditorily.
Great.
And I'm not certain who else.
And Pooh?
She wants to be called Sandy.
Sandy, is that correct?
Sandra, is that right?
Sandy.
Pooh, would you like to be called Sandra? Just want to go through the whole list and make sure everybody. We have Sandy Chen. Sandy,
Yes.
welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
And we said that properly, Sandy Chen. Okay, great. And of course, Gustav, you've been with us before for our trainings.
Yes, welcome back.
From Africa, the Congo. And then we'll do a little.
So you wanted to know if Pooh wanted to be called Sandra. Is that what you said in your email? You have to take it off mute.
Yeah, it's right. I'm here to just support for Fu a little bit. You can call her Sandra. Yeah.
Are you the translator?
No, I'm not translator, but I built up the system for her though. So in her side, she can understand you by Vietnamese. Yeah.
Great. Can you tell, or can you help her make her name into what she wants to be called? So right now she has her Vietnamese name on there, and it would be great if she put whatever name she wants to be called so we can call her name properly.
So Fu,
you can call me Sandra.
Sandra? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sandra.
So right here, Sandra, would you like us to change your name for you? Because we can do a rename for you.
You can, huh?
Okay. I will change.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Great.
My fingers are not working this morning. So thank you all. Thank you all for just your patience in starting this morning. So Sandra's with us. So how would you like to proceed?
Well, I'd like to introduce everyone to each other.
Absolutely.
And
Let's do that.
the exciting thing is that everyone here, we have our mentor coaches who are all master certified coaches, which we love, and they will be giving the feedback to people on their sessions.
Yeah.
And we have a range of people from all over the world. And let's see, is Juan Carlos here? Let's see, did he get here? Let's see, we have what's it the one? Not yet. Okay, that's Mexico, our first person from Mexico. So he'll be here, I guess.
Okay.
But anyway.
So we love to just open it up and have introduce yourself and
what you want to accomplish in the training. You don't have to give your whole CV because it will take up a lot of time. But if you just let us know, who you are and why this is important to you, why you're here.
then after that, then we'll have the mentors share.
Yes,
That's
that
right.
would be
Introduce
great.
yourself. Okay. So Anne Marie and Marika and others, Joan. Oh, wonderful. And Dr. Titwan, welcome. Okay. So you know how you play the game here. When you get the message, just step up and raise your hand, or just raise your hand, or raise the little
Take yourself off mute.
Yes, and just go for it. All right. So who's first?
Maybe our mentor coaches are first.
It's okay. Let's have anybody.
I think Marika's ready to go.
Absolutely. No order. Let's just go for it. We're here.
Okay, I will go first.
Great, Alice.
So My Chinese name is Wang Wei. It's in English, easy for you to remember. You can call me Alice, since my first name is A, so I start first. I'm in Beijing. I used to work for Honeywell in China for more than almost 20 years. And I started my coach career at 2011. So this time, I'm very impressed by the sharing from Gary from Mindspan. Both of you, Dr. Cherie and Michael, your video of your thoughts on coach and how you do this through your life. I'm very impressed. I just want to learn and be a person like you. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Alice. Lovely to hear you and to meet you in person. It's great.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alice, for going first with A.
Yes.
Absolutely. Who's next?
I can go next.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm right now based in Shanghai. 2 years ago, I transitioned into a coach and leadership consultant. Before that, I had 16 years working in corporate. So my last role in the corporate was APAC sourcing director at Nike. In 2020, I got my PCC, but I never stopped learning. So I'm very excited and curious to explore this MMS Level 3 journey together with our two wonderful coaches, Dr. Cherie and Michael. Very much looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Lovely to have you here. Who's next? Gustav, I see you unmuting. But we can't hear you yet. It's unmuted, but we still can't hear you. I don't know why. Maybe it's the headset. No, can't hear. Nope, can't hear. Maybe try unplugging your headset and talking directly to the computer and see if that works any better.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All of us.
It's great.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Gustav Zeng, and I am working in a big mining company. We are producing copper and cobalt, and I am still there as chairman of this company. So I want to talk about my journey in coaching. First time I heard about coaching, it was in 2015. I met someone in South Africa. It was a lady, Pauline Liu, is from China, who taught me about coaching. And she helped me to apply for a coaching session with a Koan coach that is in Canada. I started to follow some sessions, and at this time, it was just the basic of the coaching. And it was for which program one you call for some coach-specific training hours approved. And I think I completed about 80 hours of these training hours, and more than 10 mentor hours with Koan coach. And this Koan coach, now it's the new name of this institute is now Canada Coach Academy. Canada Coach Academy. And at this time, the director of the program, it was Nathalie Natalie, and we have a coach, Lenny, I think Lenny Wildflower. And when I finished this, I traveled to Shanghai. And when I come to Shanghai, I met Gary there. And then Gary talked me about MMS. That's why I applied for the program that we have completed with you, Dr. Sherry and Michael last time. Very, very interesting for level 1 and level 2. It was very, very interesting. But unfortunately, I couldn't have many opportunity to practice my coaching. I had just a few contacts, but to find people to coach, it's very, very difficult. When I heard about this program for this level 3, I said, this is the opportunity for me to improve my knowledge in coaching. That's why I am here.
Good to see you,
Great.
Gustav.
Lovely to see you, Gustav. And you have made a complete tour from Africa over to China. And we're in America. I believe you're in Africa now. Are you? Yes. Is that right? Great. So you've been around the globe. And I know Lenny Wildflower also. I know her.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Very
From
good.
where I went to graduate school. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
So who is next? Love to hear from all of you. Yes, Sandra.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Cherry and Mr. Michael and all other students. Yeah, my name is Ngọc Phú, and you can call me Sandra. I'm from Vietnam. The first time I studied life coach in 2015 with you, and I feel that I'm very lucky because when I begin to study life coach, I knew that I found the right teacher for this journey. Yeah, and whenever I have some problem in one important aspect of my life and study a new life coach course, surprisingly, I can apply the knowledge of the course to myself and solve my problem that I have at different time. Yeah, and also through practice life coach, I can have a very deep understanding of inner self, of my inner self. Yeah, and heal and deeply connect with my inner child, leading to me having a life worth living. Yeah. And now I feel satisfied with nearly every area of my life, except love. Yeah. The one that I choose to avoid. Somehow when I started to register for this course, there were many things related to love happen with me. Yeah, and it brought me to freedom. I think though add signal warning myself before helping my helping my client to be willing to faith and just ask them to change their life. I have to open to make this change for my life first. Yeah, and so one more time, joining this call is very great for me to have a breakthrough and deeply look inside myself and make a big change for my life. So I'm very excited to be in your course.
Great. Thank you, Sandra. Lovely to have you here. And I'm very impressed with your English. You were revealing to us that your English was very bad, but it's not at all. Your English is very good. I mean, I'm impressed. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, that's a goal in itself.
Yes,
to
it is.
improve her
And we
English.
were with Dr. Bun,
Dr.
her
Bun
goal.
and
right.
Gustav has done a great job with English. I mean, his
Outstanding.
background is French. you know,
Yes,
And so
truly.
we all try to navigate the best.
however we
Yeah,
can.
and we're all accepting without judgment.
Yeah.
For sure. So
Yeah.
thank you, Sandra, for stretching your language for all of us to understand. Okay.
So who's next?
It's up to the group. And we just
Dr. Bun.
hey, Dr. Bun, welcome from Bangkok.
Yes, from Bangkok. Hi, everyone. My name is Titiwan in Thai name, and you can call me Dr. Bun like Michael or Dr. Shirley because she called me like that. So yeah, you can call me. My name is come from apple. It's a red fruit, apple.
The
Yeah.
apple.
So in Thai they call me short. So we Paul, but it's very difficult sometimes. You can call me Kitty One also,
Titiwan.
because it's easy more than.
That's a beautiful.
Uh,
name.
Thank you. I am MMS family. I born from here. My life started from Dr. Sherry. At the first that I met Dr. Sherry and Michael, my life changed a lot. Nowadays, I get everything from this. I mean, from the start from the MMS, and my mindset changed. I in the first time I cannot speak English. I can understand, but very difficult to speak out. And Dr. Shirley and Michael and our family, MMS family, help me to have confidence to speak English. Nowadays, I can teach coach class in English too to the neighbor. So that's grateful, and so thank you with Dr. Suri and Michael MMF class. I get my career as a full-time coach from here, and now I get a lot of the fee from around the world. That so thank you again. This is me. So next time if we have the conversation, you can ask me more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bun Titiwan, whatever we're calling you today.
Apple.
Yes, you've been with us a long time. Lovely to have you back.
Yes, for sure. All right. So who'd like to share and tell us how you're doing? And then when the mentors are ready, the MCC mentors, they can always jump in and
Jump
introduce
right in.
yourselves. Absolutely.
Yeah. Joan.
Hey.
Hey, hi, Dr. Sherry and Michael.
Hello.
I'm John. I based in Shanghai. I'm still working full time, so I'm sorry I may have to step out for half an hour later for a critical, but I have blocked my time for the entire 20 sections. I studied with Michael and Dr. Sherry for their TECC, and one of the key takeaway to me is when you reach the master level, it's really about the who. So I think similar to Sandra, to Titawan, it's really transformational. There's many times where people use the word transformational. My personal takeaway is Dr. Sherry and Michael, your program is truly speak for itself with that name. It's really well deserved. So I'm very looking forward to learn from everyone here and explore more their essence and learn from the mother of coaching. So
Thank you, Joan.
Good to see you again and welcome.
Always.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Anne Marie.
I can go.
Yeah.
I'm here in Holland, and I'm very thrilled to join in this first session of this level 3 yeah, new program. So congratulations also to starting this. Wonderful to see everybody here and from everywhere from the world. So that's already thrilling. I'm really, I'm excited also to be a part of this as a mentor coach. I'm already mentoring quite some years at MMS, and going into the refinement of the level 3 is something I'm looking forward to. So the who and the refinement. I made this trajectory, in fact, for myself also. Oh, I always wanted to enjoy the effectiveness which I gained in all the steps I took.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping you will experience that as well in this program. I'm sure you will, in fact. So thank you. That's me for now.
Thank you, Anne-Marie, and welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Yeah, and then it might be me. I'm Marieke van Pasen. I'm based in the Netherlands as well. I'm an MCC coach. I've been trained by Dr. Sri and by Michael many years ago. I'm a mentor coach. I've been training coaches for a while, and I train mentor coaches as well. So I'm really looking forward to this program to see people making their next steps in coaching, not just the beginners, but people who really want to dive deep into the profession of coaching and make their next steps. So I'm really looking forward to mentor you and to guide you on your path. So I'm ready to help. And congratulations, Dr. Sri and Michael, on this new ICF accredited program.
Thank you, Marika.
It took some time to put
It
together.
takes some time, and
Dedication.
since ICF is going through so many changes now, this is the first time that they've ever officially said that we can have a level 3 program. So we thought we would be on the cutting edge and jump right on it and make it happen. So
we're doing this. So, when we train at MMS, we always train the next level. We always say, if you're going for ACC, we're going to train you at PCC. If you're going for PCC, we'll always train you at MCC.
yeah,
And we sneak in some of the secret sauce of coaching and
yes,
getting to the who. So what, this one is going to go, maybe it's MCC plus. I don't know.
well, we'll
But
see.
We'll see how we do, but this is a pilot, and there might be some different, you're moving a different way. If it's a machine, we're going to oil it and lube it and try parts to it.
Yes,
So I'm using sort of a metaphor because it is the first time we're rolling this out.
well, because we were planning on starting this program in Thailand, and we came to the States for a very brief trip. We were planning on being back in Thailand. However, the universe did not see that plan the way we saw it, and everything has changed. So we are being flexible and adapting and showing up.
Before sunrise. Yes.
Definitely.
We're doing sunrise services with all of you.
Yes.
So it's a pleasure to be here. It's great to be up and here, listen to all of you. And that inspires at least me, and maybe
Of course,
ignites you
of course.
in why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
So thank you to, and let me see, Nicole, would you want to jump in? And
She's
just-
off from mute. Great.
Yes, please share.
I'm off the mute. I thought maybe it's my turn.
Yes,
My name is Nicole Coat, and I'm also in the Netherlands, based in the Netherlands. Sorry, I was a little bit late, but I came out of a coach session. I'm an MCC. I coached this year for 20 years. This is my jubilee, so to speak. I am a MCC for several years. I'm going for my second, how do you say that, prolongation. So that's why I'm following and studying myself in systemic team coaching at the moment to gather my points and be MCC for 4 more years. I have mentored for MMS once before, so that's how I know some others who are here. I've worked with Cherie's sister. What else can I say about myself? I have done several ICF master classes in the Netherlands to show the difference between PCC and MCC, but that was just a master class. I'd love to work with you and mentor you, guide you, and provide you with feedback and tips. And maybe nice to know for Gustave, je parle français.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh,
Très
perfect.
bien.
Fluently. So I've worked in France for a while. I see he's not here now, but maybe it's good for him to know that I speak French.
Oh,
That's
Nicole, that's
great.
perfect. Because
Really
when he
great.
did our transformational executive coach certification, we set him up
With Charles.
Charles Vivier from San Francisco, who did a French mentoring with him.
Yeah.
And he preferred
Ah.
that. His sessions were in French, so he could at least be
That's great.
peak
news.
language. His
Thank-
peak
Yeah.
language.
Thank you for sharing that. That is such great
Oh,
news. I
what
didn't know
a
that.
blessing.
Yeah, it's a gift. Really.
Yeah,
Never
I
done.
heard that when I came in, so I thought maybe I should mention it.
No, it is
Great.
valuable. We don't have to go now to ICF and look for a French MCC mentor.
No.
We have one built in.
Yeah,
And of
built
course,
in.
I mean, you can do English, French, and Dutch. That's
Yeah.
also versatility in you, because we will have Ronald de Haas join us in a couple
Yeah.
weeks. He's from
After his
Amsterdam.
vacation.
I know
And,
him. I know him
Our
too.
Dutch,
She knows him.
I know our
Everybody
Dutch
in Holland knows
mentors.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he will be with us.
Great.
Wonderful. Thank
Okay.
you. And welcome.
So have we heard from everyone? Van On, are you able to talk? Even though you're in the car driving, is it possible? Or Jacques?
I can talk for several seconds.
Okay.
This is me in the car with the children and everyone. Yeah. And, and lots of them. So in another 10 minutes, I will be online on ground and grounded.
Okay.
Not at the moment, but it's nice to hear from everyone, and it's an honor to be here with you all. I will talk more later, but for now, I'm saying hello. Hi.
Great. Thank you for saying hello, Van On.
She's a busy mother and a trainer.
Van On runs the #1 school in Vietnam for coaching. And she has been with us, I think, since 2015, something like that. Or
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah,
And,
July 2015.
great memory.
Thank you, Van.
Perfect.
And she's a mother of 4, I
And
think.
she's a mother of 4 now.
Yes.
Unless one happened that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah.
In any case, she and her husband do a brilliant job of training the best coaches in Vietnam.
And Sandra participated.
Yes, Sandra was
that
in
training where we met Sandra.
Sandra was in our training. Yes,
In
absolutely.
Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it all comes around. It's full circle for many of us.
Yes, it is.
All right, did Jacques want to step up and say hello?
Jacques, are you there?
There he
There
is.
he is.
Yes, I'm here. Originally from Holland, but I'm on vacation in Turkey. So hello from Turkey now. It's good to be here. I took my first training with MMS last century, and it's good that there's still the contact. And congratulations to the 2 of you organizing this. Indeed, that's really something. I've been mentoring some people, I believe even also people in this group for PCC, and glad to see those faces.
Great. Thank you, Jacques.
Jacques,
Thank you for being with us.
well, yeah, I mean, it's holiday time. You've taken the time. We appreciate it to squeeze in and be with us.
In Genesis, last century. With the
How long
exclamation
ago
points.
was last century?
Yes, it was a while back.
Yeah, we were little children then, all of us.
Exactly. But the thing that's really nice about our mentor coaches, Anne-Marie, Marika, Nicole, and Jacques, is that they're experienced, knowledgeable, and they'll be able to take you to where you need to go in your coaching. And we absolutely trust them and believe in them and really endorse them as great mentor coaches.
Absolutely. So they've taken all the protocol, they've gone through all the steps to
Yep.
like us, and we endorse them, as well as that's why they're on camera with us today to get to know all of you.
So they
So
won't be
much.
attending every program, but they'll be in the background, and you'll be sending your recordings to Vivian, who will determine with you what language you want it assessed in. So like Nicole is fluent in French, so Gustav, I assume, will be sending his sessions to Nicole.
I don't know if he's off right now.
He's offline
Okay.
right now, but he'll be back and he'll
So,
probably listen to the
yeah.
recording.
And if you choose to do it in English, I mean, all of them can do it in English also. So, but we want to go back to the chat. We're looking at, Gary is finding a couple MCC Chinese mentors.
He is?
Gary, yeah, we need to find a few Chinese MCC
Is that for
mentors.
Alice?
Oh,
Or
of course.
is it for
Hey, Sandy, are you going to do your recordings in Chinese or English?
That's a good question.
It's your call. Same thing with Alice.
I think most of the session will be in Chinese, but I can also
Okay.
do English session. Yeah.
Up to you. We accommodate your wishes in
Okay.
terms of language.
Yeah. And Joan, what about you?
Probably both. We will see.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
like you did.
All
And Alice, same with you, or?
Yes, both should be fine.
Okay,
Both,
great.
okay.
So we have Gary will source out, unless Nicole, unless you know, because you've been doing this for a long time, you might know a Chinese MCC. I'm not sure. In your,
I'm married to a Chinese guy, but I don't speak a word.
I was about to say Nicole can do it in Chinese as well.
I know you can do it all.
He is second generation Chinese. His name is Chisung Ma, and even he doesn't speak Chinese. So,
Okay.
sorry.
Remember you talked about him, yes,
Yes,
many years ago
yes,
when
exactly.
we met you for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we jump into the slides?
Yeah, we can go.
Done?
Vivian's still with us, I see. Okay, great.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
we're good. Thank you, Vivian.
Michael,
Give
can
me-
I ask a question?
Yes, no.
Of course, anytime.
Wondering, yeah, will Vivian share their schedule for when we need to get the recordings ready so we can prepare in advance?
Yes.
We
Yes.
will have a slide that shows the 5 recordings. In this program, 5 recordings are due through ICF.
Mhm.
Okay, and we have them all staggered. So the first one's due, I think, August 17th, if my memory serves me. That's 20 days, 3 weeks. So don't worry, we have time. But this program will also be uploaded to our LMS right now. We'll get to that on the slides, and we'll talk about how the transition will be working in that area.
But
for
if
some-
anybody has to miss any part of it, like Ronald, et cetera, it's recorded, and then you can make it up by watching the class recording of the module.
Absolutely. That's a great thing about ICF. It gives us that asynchronous and synchronous. Thank you. We'll go through that also. All right.
Great.
So
Okay.
first thing, always the rule that we like to share is people over slides. And so if we have a slide up and you have a question, do not be shy. Please raise your hand and say, I have a question. We will take off the share.
Comment.
Yeah, we'll take off
Could
the
be
share
here.
and we'll go right to you directly
Uh-huh.
because you're more important than the slides. At least your question is, we don't want you to be in your head thinking, what did they say? What does that mean? Or I want to give some insight.
To miss something and feel like you want to be on track and not left behind.
I mean, we love to get through all those slides. Sometimes we don't because there's some of the interaction is so wonderful, or the coaching session went a little bit longer, but it's okay. Just want everybody to know there are no mistakes in this program. All right, so
The sharing is totally open. Okay, so it's Joan was. So should we go to the slides now?
let's move to
All
the
right,
slides.
to
All
the
right, so
slides.
go to the slide share. This is
It's not here.
right there.
Right here.
Because we're now using Google Slides.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Jump to the next level every time. Next challenge. Okay. So this is our program. This module is about the overview of the program. And we did our welcomes.
Yes, we did.
And we'll talk a little bit about Zoom netiquette. We don't expect, I mean, like Van on in the car with the children, Gustav having to run off to a meeting, other people's demands on their time. We know that life happens and we don't expect you to have to make everything stop for this course. But we do have it available to you to be able to make up the time that you maybe missed so that that's totally available to you. And we'll go over how to succeed in this course and the LMS system.
Yes, the LMS system and the requirements for ICF and MMS.
Uh-huh.
And
maybe a demo.
we always like to have a demo session if possible. So we're looking for a coachee, and then we'll do a little bit of group mentoring. And if we have time, I will preface that. We'll put you in a breakout where you can get to know your peer. Right?
Great. Okay, so everybody knows us. And
Yeah.
now they're meeting Vivian for the, I think the official first time. Chris is she's our main technician who works with MMS in every aspect of technology. She mostly works these days in the LMS, or the Learning Management System. And she's wonderful. She's based in the Philippines. So it's a team, Vivian in Shanghai and Chris in the Philippines and Michael and Cherie right now in America, but going back to Thailand someday soon when life allows us to.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our chart of feelings. And when we come together, it's an opportunity to get present, to get grounded, to say how you are. And you all did that really well today. But we have the chart of feelings to be able to look and see, well, how am I today? Because so much happens in any one day or evening that it's hard to keep track of how we are, how we're doing. So this is one tool that we use to be able to look and see, where am I on the chart today?
And we use this a lot. And the first thing I would say, I'm in the yellow category. So there's some happy, there's some happy me, I'm happy. But then if I sort of go to the pie out, why am I happy? Because I feel like I'm peaceful, even though I'm not. I was feeling terribly the last 4 days. I mean, I was really dragging myself. And today I feel like I got my life back. So I feel very peaceful that things with time and patience and whatever you have to do with the protocol.
Yes.
I've got my health back, which is really important to be here. And I feel peaceful about that. So that's where I am right now.
Truly wonderful.
Yeah. Who are you?
Where am I?
Yeah.
I'm fearful. I'm the other yellow.
Okay.
I'm fearful that I'm going to get what you have had.
Okay.
And I'm trying to just pray that I'm not going to get so sick, because you've been really sick. And I don't want to get that sick. Did you tell about your scorpion?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so let's just hop over here for a second. Something really strange happened when we got to the US and to Las Vegas. That Michael is, as you may know, he's a clean person. We call him Mr. Clean. It's one of his nicknames. And if he sees something that doesn't belong there, he'll kind of clean it up or get it out of the way. Well, the other day, he was cleaning things up and
just my sink in my bathroom, and I thought it was a rubber band, just a rubber band, and I grabbed and I pushed to pick it up, and it stung me. It was a scorpion, a desert scorpion that was on my countertop that put the poison, the venom through my whole system. And I went through shock, not my heart, not a heart attack shock, but the next morning, my whole arm up to my armpit on both sides and the bottom of my feet were numb.
You can imagine.
And it was a little freak out, a little scary to find out, will I have a heart attack? Will it affect my whole system, my nervous system?
Yeah.
And the smaller these little creatures are, the more potent they are. So that triggered this whole thing about COVID, I believe.
Yes. Okay.
My immune system was shut down.
Yeah.
So I'm recovering. So that's why I'm happy and I'm peaceful that I'm coming back physically.
Yes.
So that's the story.
It's really a good story. And I'm going to be warding off anything. But I want to mention to Gustav, because he just came back. Gustav, can you hear me okay, Gustav?
Everybody else can hear us.
Get on spec. Oh, that's
It's good to see you.
So
Papa.
Gustav, Nicole, can you see her picture on the screen, Gustav?
Yeah,
She is fluent in French, and she will do all of your sessions in French for you. Okay, just want you to know that. Good.
Okay. Oh, he just came back on again. So let me just admit him.
Hey.
Maybe he's on another.
Oh, you mean another?
There he is.
There, yeah. So, okay, whatever. Anyway, Nick, Van, do you want to share anything? And I think we can actually see you in person.
Yeah, I can sit and be grounded for the moment. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm here as a participant, a student. For several people already texting me asking. I'm a student since I'm still pursuing my MCC. And I really hope to have it along the way. So I look forward to working with you, all the mentors in the room, Jack, Nicole, Anne-Marie, and of course my coach.
And Marika.
And Marika, how do I pronounce?
Marika.
learning. Right.
Great.
Oh, I for a moment there. Yeah, so still I'm pursuing my MCC. That's why I'm here, and I'm willing to learn. So I decide to put aside everything that I know, hopefully, out of this laptop to be here. So
Great. Thank you. So Gustav, did you hear me about Nicole? That she's fluent in French and she's going to do your mentor coaching in French. So you can submit all of your sessions en français. Okay, d'accord?
Merci beaucoup.
Je vous en prie. Okay. Great.
We got the language
Great.
thing happening.
Okay.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
great.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. Back to the slides.
All right. And Joan, thank you very much for that thumbs up. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it,
Yeah,
Joan.
yeah. Slides are here.
Okay.
Yeah, something I want to learn later again. I used to learn French for 2 years, but now I can only read. So
Is it on your goals list?
not immediately, yeah, but later. So
Sometime.
yeah, je parle français un peu. So, but that's about my speaking French. Reading is okay. I didn't have the opportunity. Maybe I should go work for a French company. That would change the picture. So
Definitely. Okay.
Oh, good. Yes,
Super.
absolutely. And there are a few French companies in Shanghai, I can imagine.
Of course, absolutely.
sure.
So
Okay, so we did the feelings chart, and
Yes.
you can look at it and find out, you know,
where you are.
where you are. Or let's just go back for 1 second,
All right.
because they can all take a screenshot of. You can take a screenshot and have it on your computer
That's
if
a
you
good
like.
idea. Screenshot.
So when we come every Wednesday, we could ask you how you're feeling, and you could do a little preview on where you are with your feelings. Okay.
Okay.
How's that?
Good.
All right. So
Netiquette, Michael, speak.
well, I mean, I don't have to drill this down too hard. Many of you since COVID have done a number of hundreds of hours probably of Zoom training or team training on Microsoft.
Veterans.
Yeah, veterans. I mean, already Dr. Tree and I have done 700 online Zoom hours. And we've seen everything from people multitasking to just crazy stuff in the background. And
Life happens.
life is happening. And we're not going to be parents of all of you. You do what you want to do, but we just want to keep it, the program moving nicely. If you have to step away, just turn off your camera. If there's noise in the background,
Mhm.
please take your audio off, mute it. Our expectations are just to show up. When you can show up, be present and accountable for the program itself.
Right.
The expectations, maintain confidentiality, participate actively. What does that mean? We don't force you to participate, but if you have a comment, an insight, or reflection, or a question,
It's valuable.
hey,
Don't hold back.
why? Because what your question or insight might bring forward is somebody else's thought process.
Be willing to be stretched and challenged, as Vanon already mentioned.
And we'll have one conversation at a time. So again, if you raise your hand or you would use the little emoji, what was the hand?
Reaction?
Yes.
Yes.
To raise a hand
Yes.
for that.
Reaction.
Please do that.
Uh-huh.
Or just let us know that you're willing to share
Okay.
something.
Okay, so MMS's mission has always been the same since 1974, to empower individuals and organizations to cause their visions, dreams, and goals to become reality. Always the same mission, has never changed. And coaching definition, which is the official ICF coaching definition, which we use, partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential.
Yeah, you might see some words, some slides that look familiar, that sound familiar, that you've had before in your training. I mean, it's so good that we're going to bring it back because we can't recreate it by faking it. I mean, this is a wonderful quote by ICF, and we've taken on also.
Well, it's their
100%.
definition.
Yeah.
And it's to be.
And as
respected.
coaches, we all have our own definition when we present ourselves to our clients.
So in terms of expectations or how to succeed in this course, classroom participation, we always value. If you would be willing to keep a daily journal about what you're learning, how you're growing, what's transforming, I think it's really helpful. Our Zoom webinars are live and also recorded, as we mentioned before, weekly peer coaching. We expect you to have at least one session per week with someone. It can be a person in the class, you know, participant,
Mhm.
or it can be a client, or it can be a friend, but at least one coaching session per week. And we want you to be moving and nudging towards MCC level, and to be able to see where you're not at MCC level and what needs to be adjusted. So you'll have, is it 5?
It's fine. Yeah, check ICF says 5. Yeah,
5 mentor coaching
go
sessions.
through the whole program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we suggest that, every coaching session you record, because you might be absolutely brilliant. And if you didn't record it, you might regret it. So you can always erase anything that you record, but it's always a good idea to be able to have the session that says, you really hit the marks and you're just a brilliant, brilliant MCC coach. So we suggest that you always record everything.
Accepting mentor feedback. Again, we're not at the ACC or even the PCC training level. You're beyond that now. And so I can remember some of our students arguing in a good way, or fighting for their choices with their mentor, saying, I did a really good session. And they were trying to show the mentor that where they did well to
Yes.
receive the mark of going from ACC to PCC.
Right.
And we just want you to accept our mentor's feedback and maybe reflect on it, find out what the learning is, where you might have grown or missed that opportunity, and
Yeah.
that step through the door.
Yeah, because a lot of MCC coaching level is about being rather than doing.
Mm.
It's really about being present, 100%. And so weekly reflections, if you want to submit your weekly reflections every Tuesday, we would love to read them, how you're doing, be able to track your progress. If you don't submit them, there is no negative consequence, but there is a benefit if you do submit them.
Yeah, once we give you all the information for the LMS, there'll be it's called the Conditions Weekly Reflections Report. And it has the 4 bullets, the headers, the insights, highlights, lowlights, and breakthroughs
Mhm.
that you could write a little bit how you're doing, just one page, how you're doing during the week. And again, everything we do is confidential
True.
here.
Great.
We will not promote anything from this program,
Okay.
and just communicate as we go.
So you have a chart that you put
Yeah,
together.
we have a live Google Slides chart that has all of your names. And throughout this 20 weeks, we would ask you if you'd like to volunteer to be a coach once, a minimum. You might get addicted to it and say, oh, I want to do it again. We ask you to be a client once and a supporting mentor, to be from the mentor point of view, the POV, maybe helicopter point of view, observing what that
Yeah.
session was and giving some
Because we
points.
can start out as the mentor coaches, Michael and I, and we can do the sessions, but we think it's really more important to put you in the light and for you to be able to step up and to be able to experience coming forward and doing your sessions in front of your peers. So
Yeah.
it's an invitation.
Absolutely. And I think the next one is a slide example
Great.
that
So here, this is what Michael put together. So participant name, session, coach, client, and mentor coach.
Yeah.
So
And even though it says session 1, 2, 3, that would be, I don't know why our
You're talking about
as Chris.
modules?
Yeah, I think Chris might have to change that to modules rather than.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little tweaky, but the HTTPS, that's the
At the
Google,
bottom.
that's the link to find this, the live document where you can
Mm-hmm.
make those
Mhm.
changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, super. So the learning management system we have put together over the last 2-3 years.
Yes, absolutely. Since we started TECC.
Yeah.
with
And
Gary.
we find, especially since we're not doing face-to-face anymore, that the capacity to capture not only the classes and the videos of the classes, but also other videos and audios and printed material and everything that would go into that library. It's very, very rich with materials that are going to be beneficial.
Yeah, so all the books, ebooks and audio, depending on your learning style, they'll be there. Documents, the MCC coaching forum, the mentor forum will be there. A number of different articles that you've written also to be pulled down to review. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's you have to take a picture that?
Yeah, I mean, we are, you want to share the transition? We're transitioning from one.
No,
Okay. Oh, okay. Very good. All right. And that's what it'll look like when you sign up.
yeah, that's how it looks. You have your email address and then you have your password. It's probably a good idea to use your personal email as opposed to your corporate in case there's any change in systems or change in status. And then the dashboard looks like this.
Yeah, the dashboard that we're going to look at was the MCC one, level 3. So this is what we have right now within the system.
Okay, so
But
we'll say level
yeah,
3.
But we want you to all know if there's any confusion or doubt, we will have Chris's, you will have Chris's email. It's Chris at Dr. Shree Support.
Right.
And you can write her and just say, this is not working. And she will be on it so fast to make it work for
Well,
all of you.
Between Vivian and Chris, they'll handle everything that is a challenge.
Vivian is a veteran. She's been with us many sessions, I mean, many programs. So
Yes.
she knows it forward and backwards. And so she can also, the great news is she speaks Chinese and she speaks English. So
Fluently.
she communicates.
Yeah, it's
I don't
great.
know how her French is, but maybe she might indulge.
Okay, so structure and navigation. Why don't you address this because this has to do with the LMS,
Well, that's the LMS. That's our old design from Thinkific. So
but it will be seamless.
it'll be seamless. It'll be very similar. So the program we're starting right now, to end the program and to graduate, you're going to have 100%. If you can see, there's a thing that says 0% completed because the program is started. And so as you do a program, or as you do an onboarding, or as you do something, the thermometer, each module will move forward. So there's 20 modules. And so it'll click as you do your work. Every time you upload a feedback to the LMS and we approve it, it will move that thermometer
Okay,
forward.
so but what about the ebooks or the audiobooks? So they're down here.
That has nothing to do, I don't think, with the
Does that
thermometer.
have to do with the thermometer
No,
or
but
not?
it's there. It's in a holding tank where they can click down and do a pull down and get
Okay.
to the ebooks, they can get to
Okay.
the audiobooks and things like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's really self-directed learning and they can watch their progress in terms of the thermometer and how much is complete.
Correct.
And if they have a challenge with any of that, they can always contact Vivian.
Contact Vivian and get to Chris.
great.
Absolutely. So in our LMS, there'll be a search bar for anything. If you were looking at an MCC mentoring form, you would just click that, write that, fill that in, and it would pop up and you could just download and look at what is required in each category
Great.
of that.
Submission.
I think we have to let this go for now.
Okay.
Until we
Okay,
have
so
the other
here-
system.
Right
Okay.
here. All right. All CMP. What's CMP mean? CMP Zoom modules.
That is Coach Mastery Program.
Oh, okay, that's what we're calling it officially.
That's something you created, Dr. Shree.
Yeah, well, I don't always come up with the acronyms, but in any case, I have a very big, strong feeling in my heart about this program because it's kind of like the keys to the kingdom. And I would like to, before I transition out of this reality, give all the keys to the kingdom to all the wonderful people who want them.
I know for all of you, Dr. Shree was driven the last couple of years to at least, you talked about this, you spoke about it. And then finally this year, the first 2 quarters, we put it together and it's something that you've been intended on doing. It's like
Yeah.
writing a book, I tell you.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
So again, you're going to submit a 1-page. Let's just go back for a
Order,
second.
yes.
Yeah. If you have, oh yeah, for any emergencies, yes, just know that if you can't attend any of the Zoom programs on Wednesday because of an emergency, a family emergency or work, whatever it is, it's recorded. And for many of you who've done our programs before, you just record it and send a 1-page of your reflections and insights on what you learned, and you will earn back those hours. That's a great thing about
Great.
ICF right now during the pandemic.
Super. Okay, so Vivian put the link in the chat bar and Nicole is leaving. And
Thank you,
that's
Nicole,
great.
for being with us. Great to
Yes.
see you again.
A bientôt. It's great. And all our aspiring
And
French speakers.
Nicole, I don't know if she stepped off just now, but Vivian, maybe we will do a WeChat group for this group. We can call it, the WeChat, the MMS MCC one or something.
Oh, that's great.
So we're all
Yes,
connected.
we do have a WeChat group, and for those who don't have a WeChat account yet, I strongly recommend you to set up one so that I can put everybody in one group.
That's great. And so we can add our mentors and we can do it also. We're all in connection together.
Yes.
Vivian,
Will do.
and Angel, thank you so much.
Okay. So CMP is Coach Mastery Program. Okay, got
Yay.
it. All right. And this is a
Fantastic.
virtual training.
This
which
is
is
for many of you,
available to them
who,
if they want it.
it is.
We've redone the virtual training.
It is with the new format. Some of you have taken it already. It is part of the program that we put it in here because
Yeah.
it's just reinforcement. It's not always the who in this, but it's redundant, and it's wonderful training.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Okay, so what's this? How to log in?
I'll log into
That's the
to
logging
the
in.
PT again. Vivian and Chris will help each of you sign up for the MMS VT, and for our Chinese and Thai, some of our new friend or Vietnamese friends who are new to MMS for the long run.
Mhm.
For this one, the VT is a wonderful platform just to watch you in action, and it's a drip system. You watch it and you get information that just comes to you.
Well,
in
redundancy
various
is
ways.
one of the key ways that you get anything to stick. As you know, learning Thai language.
Yeah.
Those redundancies.
Absolutely. And the VT, there's ways. I mean, of course, it's a visual learner. It's visual. It's auditory. Anything else for that?
Well, it depends on if you're moving around, it could become kinesthetic.
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely moving in that program.
Okay, so this is how you get there and how you sign up. They don't sign up as you though.
No,
They
they're not
sign
going
up
to
as
sign
their
up.
own name.
That's just an example for me.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to be in their head and go, God, how do I do this? Just you have a whole week, 2 weeks, because there's only 5 hours of videos within 20 weeks. And so you have your leisure, you have a lot of time to start this program and get it done.
Okay.
But it's not a demand. You do not have to finish it.
But they could take a picture of this if they want
Absolutely.
to have that available to them, how to sign in. And they also have Vivian as a backup, like, I forgot, I don't know, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, what's this?
Again, it's just
What is the way to be-
it's for some of our
Okay.
new participants who are not familiar with the MMS VT, the virtual
Okay.
training. This is what it looks like when you get into it. So just samples of what it looks like.
Familiarity.
Yes.
And this is the training
training
center.
center with
That's
that's
what.
yeah, that's you with your overview of coaching are some of these.
Yes. Yeah, I know, but is this is the VT, right?
Yeah.
That's the
training
VT
center.
training center. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So then we get here to the mastery program. Okay. So take it,
program.
Michael.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yes.
This program will be 4.5 months, just being on Wednesdays. It is 60 hours of virtual classroom time, 3 hours and 15 minutes. We'll take a break for 15 minutes at the halfway point at 90 minutes to give everybody a little time to refresh themselves.
Stretch, move around,
Yeah, absolutely.
nature break.
So in 20 modules, we will do 3 hours. That's 60 hours. Some of you might attend the program, the hours that you might need, and some might go for the full length. It's your call, what you want to do. You have independent study of 15 hours, which is the minimum. You'll get that
Right.
offline.
Right.
That's your resource development hours for a total of
Well,
75
there's
hours.
Barry and Panet and Juan Carlos
And Joe,
and
you got Sandy.
Ronald.
Yes, and right, yeah,
No, I mean, all those people who aren't here for our first one.
right.
So
Yes,
they'll
okay.
pick up all those pieces
On the
afterwards.
recording.
Yeah,
That's sort of a
exactly.
pity that they're going to miss this.
Okay,
Oh, for
so
sure.
it says here graduating includes 2 recordings and 2 transcripts.
This is for all.
Is that for
this
ICF?
This is all for the MCC applicants.
If they're going for,
Yeah.
like we talked about Van On,
Yes,
she hasn't gotten her MCC yet, and she will be doing that.
she's driven
And
to do
so,
that.
and so she will have 2 of her very best recordings and 2 transcripts that she'll submit,
Yeah.
and she'll get her MCC.
Yeah. Well, yes, absolutely.
will.
As the MCC coach. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's why she's here.
Yeah.
She will do that. So for all of you, knowing that the end game is to have 2 wonderful recordings, 2 effective recordings that hit the who and in the MCC level of the bars, and 2 transcripts. So when you're ready to go for that application, you're there, you're present, you're accounted for.
Mhm.
You know you're coaching at that level.
And so in terms of homework, independent study, That's what the virtual training, those are the peer coaching sessions. Those are the writing,
Yeah,
the weekly reports.
This is everything done offline.
That's everything that's not in class.
That's correct.
Okay,
That's
all
correct.
right, and we've already gone over those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So again,
So now this is what was requested earlier. I think, was it Nicole who asked about this?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so when sessions are due to be submitted, we're talking about one in August, 2 in September, 1 in October, 1 in November. Those are your 5 feedback sessions that will be submitted to one of our mentors.
They'll all be sent in to Vivian.
To Vivian,
And then Vivian
Vivian
will
will
splice
parse
them.
them out to whoever is appropriate, is available, and speaks the appropriate language. So there's a match there as well.
Absolutely. So why don't you go back one,
The
please?
slide?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do
Go
that.
back. So that this is, the coaching sessions, many of you, very similar to PCC. I mean, even though the PCC was 7, you got 6 feedback sessions and you got 1 final, number 7. There were 4 written out of 5, 4
Mhm.
written out of 6. This is 3. We're going to write up, the mentors will write up 3 and maybe deliver 2 verbal to you. So just know that
Whatever works.
that works. This course will include 10 hours of mentor coaching, 7 in group and 3 hours one-on-one. So some of our mentors might deliver their feedback to you and will count as part of the 3 hours one-on-one. We ask you when you do your recordings, if you could keep it between the 20-minute and the 60-minute time frame.
The requirements, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, so Van just mentioned that in Vietnam, it's very difficult for them to get WeChat. So that would need Vivian's help to be able to make that
Oh,
possible for
okay.
both Sandra and Van.
Okay, all right, good. Thank you, Van, to let us know.
It's good
that.
to listen. We had a lot of trouble initially getting on WeChat, and then Peggy
took us-
figured it out.
Yeah.
for
And
us.
Dr. Bun, did you get in on WeChat with us from Thailand?
I am okay on WeChat.
You okay?
She's
from
okay on
Thailand.
WeChat.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, that's great to know.
Fantastic.
Okay, so that's our schedule. Let me take a picture of that also,
Sure.
so that you know when they're required to submit them to your mentor coach. You can use the same mentor coach, or you can change it up. I'm guessing that Gustav's going to use probably Nicole because she's the fluent in French mentor. So that would be a match. And then we'll probably have another Chinese MCC mentor.
Yeah, Gary has a few minutes.
Anyway, so we'll have that available, and that will come together. Okay.
Yeah, and this again, not to be redundant, but we want all of you to know that these sessions are recorded, and to watch what you missed, and write what you missed and what you learned, and just send it to Dr. Shri or
So
myself.
that's a 1-page summary.
Yeah.
And it's just their takeaways.
Yeah, and you will not need to upload this on the LMS. It's just for us. It's just our connection that, hey, you signed off on it, and you reviewed the module, and you're pretty much current
Great.
with the information.
Okay, perfect. And then they receive credit for all the modules.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, and the great thing. Let me just go back to. I
Back?
don't know what happened. You missed something.
Something
Yeah,
strange
stop
happened.
the share. You can just stop the share.
Stop sharing.
Stop share,
Okay,
please.
stop share.
So what Vivian also will do, Vivian will keep a roster of all of your names, and week 1 today with module 1, week 2, module 2, and she will just say, oh, Joan was here, or Sandra was here, or Sandra wasn't here, Joan wasn't here. And just to reinforce you're absent, not that we want to put it out there, but you might have forgotten, hey, did I make it? I didn't make it. What do I have to make up? So Vivian is really good at this, keeping a
Excellent.
log of,
Keeping track of
when
supporting
you're
you
here
through the
and when you're
program.
not, and what you need to do.
Right.
So it's always very helpful for her, and she's very much supporting all of you and us to know that, hey, you got to get that one in. Please watch that video so you get those 3 hours back, or that hour back that you missed.
She's
And it's-
supporting and tracking and empowering.
Yeah,
It's great.
On it all accounts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. No, we have to go back.
Where do I go back to?
So let me just, we are working on the Google right now.
Slides.
Yes, thank you. And
And it's new for us, but but we are
Oh.
stretching into the new technology every opportunity.
There we go. Okay, Dr. Sri.
Okay, so we already went over this one. Also, everything's recorded, so you're gonna have to miss a thing.
We have talked about it. Absolutely.
Okay, great. So weekly reflection format, you already talked about this,
We talked
highlights,
about
lowlights,
compares.
insights,
You want to
breakthroughs.
share why we do
and
this?
lessons.
Why we do this with our
Well,
team?
it's important to be able to track your journey in the process of becoming, stepping into MCC. And we want you to be able to notice and be aware of what the changes are. What are the discoveries? What are the insights? What's happening with you? And we want to also be aware of that and celebrate that process and progress with you as well. So that's why we ask for you to keep a daily journal. And then when you submit a weekly reflection report, you can check back in with the daily journal and see what happened. And then in submitting your report, it's easy because it's not like, gosh, I can't remember anything that happened this week. There was so much that went on. You could just use one to feed the other.
Absolutely. I mean, work was terrific. Personal life wasn't so good, or work wasn't so good.
Right.
Yeah, and just let us know. This is confidential again. It just lets us know how you're doing, how you're
I don't
showing
even
up
think we put your scorpion sting in
in our journal.
in our journal yet.
I
We
feel
gotta
like
do
the
that.
Scorpion King is
Yeah,
back.
really.
Okay.
Okay, so objectives: to learn, to understand, to overcome, to practice, to experience. And I'm sure you have some goals and objectives. I'm sure you do. What are they? Personal, professional, and who's going to share some of those
We've
goals?
done enough. We've done enough talking. Just know that the setup for the last hours to introduce yourself, get to know you, get to know us, the protocol, the steps, the format of this program. I mean, that stuff has to be shared with you.
Right.
And if we have to come back and share it again, if you have questions, not a problem. We don't want anybody to be embarrassed or shy to say, I missed that, or I forgot about that. Hey, ask it. And again, Vivian and Chris are our IT individual. Chris is wonderful at getting you all
But
enrolled.
Vivian's a person that they'll really be working with.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a person that is going to be with us for every module.
And we're so blessed to have her.
We are truly blessed to have her. We love Vivian.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So who would like to share a personal goal and or a professional goal with us? Who's first? Vanan. There you are. Good evening.
Hi, I can speak properly now, not in the car and saying fast time. At this moment, I'm having a feeling of nostalgic, like the old day when I was in MS class for the first time in 2015. And to be honest, it's a little bit emotional for me. Since that was the day that I knew that coaching could be much more than just asking questions. So throughout the years, my life improves a lot, like a lot. My coach really noticed. But my personal goal for this particular training is, first, I have a fear of like anything that has anything to do with academic, because I was so afraid when I was in my college. I studied University of Singapore, for God's sake. It's a big school, and it's a recognized school in the world, but I was so afraid, and I thought it was way out my league. So I still have that fear of studying of things that seems academic. So after I finished that school, I was very relieved. Okay, it's done. Now from now on, anything that I learn, anything that I study, it will be on my own will, my good will, my way and my style, not scores and exams and all those anymore. But then throughout the years, I of course I took several classes. None of them was academic in my perception. But recently I had this message that I need to face that again. And here I am, I'm almost 40. I have a big family. For the past 9 months, we have 3 weddings, 3 funerals to tend to, and a lot of things on our plate. But somehow, somewhere, I had that message, and I went for it. I was admitted to University of London 3 days ago, and that was that's a fear that I want to face again. And I hope that this class, this program, this training can help me face it. That's a personal goal. It sounds professional, but it's not professional. It's a personal goal. I applied for Bachelor of Psychology. And then after I finish that, I will apply for Master of Psychology, and I will apply for the art therapy subject matter. If it takes me another 10 years, it's okay. But I do this because I want to face this and go overcome my personal goal. And I believe in our level 3 training like this, I will go through that emotionally, spiritually, anything that has to do with my inner self to actually face with it. So that's my personal goal. Professional goal, of course, like I mentioned previously, I want to get my MCC, and I really want to learn from you all. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Venon.
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, you're dedicated. We did our first ACTP program in Bangkok. You flew over from Ho Chi Minh City all the time, all the weekends, and you were a dedicated student. It was amazing. Yeah. That was wonderful to have.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's great. That's a great launch. You can share personal and or professional or both.
Who has
and
another
Thank you for your courage.
goal? Yeah.
Yeah. Who would like to share
Goal.
what they want for themselves?
Yes. Sandy.
I can go next. Thank you. Okay, so I'm actually right now going through a tough transition period. You know, I transitioned from a corporate leadership role right now to an independent coach. So, you know, this range transition is really, for me, it's a big adaptation. And I went through quite a lot of emotional turbulence, to be honest, in the past two years. You know, when I was in a corporate, I have a big team, and right now I'm just by myself. I need to do everything by myself. And when I was in corporate, I was purchasing director. You know, all the vendors come to me, and I'm the one who make the decision to select the vendor. And right now I have to go out to search for clients to pitch myself. So, you know, this is a big gap. I really need to redefine my identity. And also, you know, when I was in corporate, I have a Nike, there's a big brand behind me. And right now I'm just by myself. It is a one person company. So I need to recreate this kind of a sense of belongingness. But thankfully, I think I'm gonna to hit my first milestone, which I have gone through for 3 years and 7 months so far. So next Saturday, I'm going for my final oral review for my PhD dissertation at Fielding, major in organization development change. I know Dr. Sherry, we are alumni at Fielding. So I'm really very much looking forward to it. There was a time last year I almost wanted to give up. It was so tough for me. You know, this salary job, this income job, when I was in corporate, every month I got this stable salary income. And right now, every day you need to think about where to find a client, where to pitch myself. And especially when I was in corporate, I didn't have the HR background. I was doing the business focus things. So for me, it's a totally new area and almost need to start from scratch. But when right now, you know, after 2 years, when I look back at my 2 years journey, I feel I really grow, even though the process was quite painful. but I feel the pain. I accept the pain, and I saw my fear. I accept my fear, but I carry on the fear and do it anyway. So right now I already see the progress, and I know that I'm right now on the right track. So I gradually build up my confidence, and yeah, I'm committed, and I believe I can make it. So I continue to make my coaching practice. Right now it's almost, I counted the other day, 1,800 hours so far. So
Great.
I don't know when, maybe I'm not rushing, you know. I know this MCC journey is a process of becoming. It's not just get a title or just get a certificate. It's a lifelong journey to really be a MCC being, to be yourself. So I'm not rushing. I know that once you have that kind of MCC presence, you embody the MCC spirit, everything in you, and then you will get it. So I will keep on learning from all of you, from Dr. Sherry, from Michael, from all of you, from our mentor coach. I will be patient, and I believe I will get there one day.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Thank you, Sandy.
Oh, wonderful, Sandy. And in the area of belongingness, just know that you found a home in MS community. So
Yeah,
you've
feel
landed.
so blessed.
You've landed with us, and you can be who you are and who you want to be all the time. Tell your truth, share.
Thank
So
you.
what a wonderful journey.
Yeah,
what a great journey.
It's great. And I have to tell you, Sandy, when I was going for my PhD at Fielding as well, I had a serious meltdown moment where I believed I couldn't do it. You know, I just couldn't do it all. I just couldn't. And so I had a session with my mentor about, you know, what was my purpose? What is it that I want to accomplish? And what do I need to do to shift or change to be able to do it all? I remember that session so well because I was right up against the wall of, I can't do it all. I just can't. I've bitten off too much. And through the coaching process, I stepped up to be able to do it. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thank you so much. And you know what? My dissertation topic is the self-actualization in mid-career transition of MNC executives in China. So me, myself, I'm exactly going through the same process. I really embody the experience.
Great. That's really great.
You are the experiment.
Exciting.
You are the one. You're experimenting.
Yeah.
So
It's
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
That was a
Sandy.
great story. Thank you so much for sharing that. I remember your journey.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Sri, she was a single mom, running a business, taking care of Jennifer. You just met me.
Writing my
That
books.
was,
Yes, in graduate
1990.
school, traveling the world, doing trainings.
Speeches. Oh,
and
and
thinking-
you were like, oh,
Yeah, it's like
a lot on your plate.
I think it's kind of like that on, you know.
Well, all those plates are
Sandy,
spinning. Don't
yes.
let them drop.
Yes, there's
and you make it happen.
similarities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else would like to share a goal or an objective for the program?
Yeah.
Yes,
We'll go
Dr. Bud,
Dr. Bunn and then Alice. Dr. Bunn and then Alice.
Tito.
Kitty one. Okay. For this time, I very difficult. So the thing that I would like to say is that maybe I have fear in my mind a lot. But the message come to me that I should take this opportunity because in fact, I'm not read my email so much. But I found when I got up in the morning, I saw Dr. Sherry email about this. So that I think is a message come to me. This period is very hard for me because of my company is growing very fast, and I changed the style of a company to have a lot of partner to come in. So it's very hard to manage, and the work from government come to me like I have the bomb. near me a lot. So and another thing is this class is English language, and I have to do the session in English also. This is my fear, the second. And the third is about my health. I turned to be 51 years old. So many things happened to me. Then I get up in this Wednesday. I have to get up at 4 a.m. because of the work that they have meeting on the 6th. So I have to travel. I get up 4, travel and ready for meeting on 6 a.m. in every Wednesday. So this class is Wednesday. So I will have very long day. Then yes, this is my personal goal, is to walk through this without but. So this is my goal to have done this all the class or this journey. And for the professional goal is maybe like others that I would love to know about the MCC. I'm not hurry also. I just want to understand, really understand, because of I have my intention about the class, MMS class in Thailand also. And I talked with Dr. Shuri, and I really want it happen, even though that now is maybe not the right time. Some because of my partner, she also busy, or that partner that I shoot with Dr. Shuri to open this, she also busy too. But we will have this class open in Thai language. Yeah, thank you. That's all.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Titiwan, Dr. Bun. And Alice is next.
Yeah, Alice. Hi.
Hi. My goal is very direct, because when I was thinking of going to MCC just recently, although I'm doing coaching for the past 10 years, but I should say I'm not a hardworking coach. I started my coach career since 2011 after leaving Honeywell. So Sandy, I shared same experience of getting out of the big corporates, but I had my plan at that time. I had my coaching career plan since 2006. I knew I would be a coach for the rest of my life, but I don't think I'm ready at 2006. So I said, I need to be at the general management role. And very fortunately, Honeywell gave me this opportunity of being a general manager for their business in China. So after 4 years, I left corporate life and being a coach. Although I think I'm ready, but still lots of challenges, very similar as your experience. But I could assure you, it's a new life, and it's very splendid and very, very rich. I did not regret for a minute at all.
Nice. Experience.
Yeah, although why I say I'm not a hardworking coach, because when I was doing coach, I find myself it's not ready, because I just could use the skills or the experiences in the management, but I could not feel the heart of the people. I could not feel the heart of myself even. I don't know who I am and why I'm doing all this. So I started to search that in many different organizations, like NGOs. I was doing sustainable development career. Actually, as a volunteer, I started a eco village, very much like the one in Finholm in Scotland. We did try that in China, and working with a group of people and sourcing the spiritual part at the same time practicing the real experiment of starting up a eco village. And after several years now, since last year, I went back to coach. When I was doing coach last year, I find myself very different as before. And then this year, at the beginning of this year, I think it's time for me to pursue professional coach life. And I want to dedicate the rest of my life on this part. And I was invited by a local university to deliver a coach program for leadership coaching for them. And we want to start a Chinese program. I mean, Chinese content, Chinese examples, a combination with Chinese culture, traditional Chinese culture, and Western management. Because for this years, I am a coach specifically focusing on leadership management international, very much like yours, leadership management, your LMS, but I am doing LMI. It's also a US company. But it's all US focused content. So I want to do that, to deliver that to a Chinese university with Chinese orientation. So I want to have a clear goal of a master coaching, although I'm not a PCC certified yet, but I'm sure I will get that through your program, go through PCC, go through MCC. That's my goal.
Great. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Very thorough, very complete, and congratulations for that program for the university that you're designing. It's very exciting. Very exciting. I remember about 7 years ago, after I met Gary in Seoul, Korea, he said, if you're going to be working with Chinese people in China, you need to read these two books. And I think they were by Frank Gallo. I'm not really sure. I think so. And anyway, I said, okay, Gary. So I did my homework. I read both of those books. I learned about Chinese culture. And I've been to China quite a few times. And I do have a few books in Chinese. So I really can appreciate the task that you have in front of you, Alice. Very much so. It's exciting because it means building that bridge between the different cultures and the different ways that people look at reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very
I'm
important. Thank you.
Very excited.
Yeah, I can imagine. Super.
We're happy to have you with us.
Yes.
For sure. Okay, that's
Anyone else like to share?
Sandy, Tituan, and Alice. Who else would like to step up and share a personal goal or a professional goal, or what kind of courage
And I think
do
we
you
also,
want for this
I think we
program?
also have Barry who joined us.
Barry, I'd like to welcome you
So
also.
Barry,
Thank
yeah.
you for showing up, and we'd like to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to the group when you're ready.
Here's Barry. Hi, Barry. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Barry. Sorry, I was late because I was in a train in a business trip. I heard a little bit about Alice's professional and coaching goals, and I was quite inspired by your goals, Alice. And one of the main purpose for me to join this program is actually inspired by Big Gary. I have known Gary for quite a long time, and this is a very important opportunity for me to learn from you guys. For me, it's just very, very simple. It's just to learn from you guys, and also try to build connections. We can exchange different cultures and the ways we look at life and work in a different approach. So this is the purpose. A bit of my background is I've been in this I don't know since 2000 I have started my own business, and then I sold my business and I started to join several some other partners into the coaching and training business. And then after that, I have been an entrepreneur for the past 19 years. So I'm a kind of a mixed background with a little bit business background and also a little bit about coaching and training background. But I still I'm a dad with two boys living in China, in Shanghai right now. So not two girls like as lucky as Gary's, but I look forward to, if possible, to meet you guys in wherever in this world, and we can exchange and we can talk more about how we can help other people. That is, thank you.
Very
Wonderful,
nice.
Barry.
Thank you,
Welcome,
Barry.
Barry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great to have you with us.
This is what this platform is about: learning and sharing and growing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
what your and fears. You know, if you
Yeah.
have fears,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
All right. I just, when Alice was talking about Finhorn, we talked
Yes.
about Finhorn. When I took my first coach, Alice, I took my first coach training in 1990 in the US. 1990 now. We're going back 32 years. That was my first one. When I was just a little boy, I took my training.
Little boy.
But Dr. Sri, one of our curriculum had Finhorn in it. And we talked about Finhorn and how special.
Really?
And when you brought in Finhorn just now, talk about Finhorn,
Yeah.
I just said that's a flashback of
Right.
information.
Wow. Mhm.
Well, because my cousin Peter made a documentary about Finhorn, and that's how I originally heard about it in the last century. You know what Finhorn does, etc. And he made this documentary, and then I read the book, and then etc. So Finhorn has been very close to our hearts
Yes,
for
absolutely.
many decades.
And
It's
for all
very
of you,
close to my
yeah.
heart too.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Finhorn is something to do more research about it. But yes, I mean,
It's
how
a
that-
miracle.
Yes. And so what you're doing with your ecosystem.
Yes, I know that's why when Gary first mentioned this program, I immediately signed up. When I watched your video, I didn't finish watching your video just for a few minutes. I said, there you are. You're the right people I'm going to learn.
Sweet.
That's lovely.
I
Thank you.
in a couple of words, you heard Dr. Shree's message and you said, I'm in.
Yes, yes, that's true.
That's great.
That's great. Well, thank you for that. All right. So we've
we
had
go back to some
Alice,
slides?
we had Barry. Let's just see who else would love to share. Well, unless,
Yes.
unless
So we
have,
did the goals, and we had a lot
Well,
of courageous things shared.
unless
and
Sandra
that
would
was
like
also
to
great.
share.
Well, she did share a lot before.
Okay, great.
She shared a lot
are
about
you
her.
okay?
Yeah, she's great.
All right.
I think she's
I want
terrific.
to give
actually.
Sandra an opportunity if there are any other goals that she might
Yeah,
want
well,
to share.
Sandra, anytime you want to jump in, please feel free. We're always open to hear anything you have to say. All right, so this is here. This is what it's a demo session. Yeah,
Are we
it's a
there?
picture, and then this is mentor coaching.
That's what it
Okay.
looks like.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So
Yeah, we could do a few things.
I think one of the things we want to do is we want to find out from people who wants to do a session today.
Yeah.
You know, we'd like to do a session. So the opportunity here that we're inviting you to do is you can be a client, and you could have Michael or me coach you as a demonstration of MCC coaching. And or you could say, I want to coach in the class, and I would like to coach one of my peers who has an objective that they would like to share with me, which is great. Or you could say, I'd like to be coached. So there are many different opportunities, but we love to have a demonstration session in our class, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's something we can do a few things. You can decide, we can take a break first in a few minutes.
Okay.
We can also put all of you after
Session.
a break into
Yes, we can do that as well.
breakout rooms so you can meet your
Yeah.
peers. So we have a bunch of choices that we
So
want to give
we
you.
wanted people to put on the chat bar your preference. Do you want to be coached? Do you want to be a coach? And if you want to be coached, who you'd like to be coached by? You have a specific item from Alice. She'd like to be coached. Beautiful. Wonderful. And who would you like to be coached by, Alice? So I'm just being really clear, Alice. By Dr. Cherie or Michael.
Well,
all right, so we have two genders represented here, and you can choose whichever gender you want. right?
Alice is great with watching Dr. Shree video.
Oh,
getting
no,
that
stop.
message. I always love to promote.
No. Okay, so, and then Van On said, I'd like to be coached by Alice.
Oh.
Okay, so that's from Van On.
Okay, that's
So
great too.
then, let me see if I got it straight. Alice would like to be coached, and Van On would like to be coached by Alice.
Wow. Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break and let you all chat about this and see what you want to do. Because we have options
Yeah,
and
so-
choices, and I
so
love that.
We're gonna stop the recording, let everybody take a break for 15 minutes, come back, and then we'll find out
And then
exactly.
you'll tell us what you want, because in this program, we always want to demonstrate partnering with you in what you want, so that you get to express what you want, and we get to honor and support that.
This program is one big coaching process. We honor everybody. Okay, so
Okay.
everybody gets to choose, everybody gets to ask for what they want, and we honor all of us in this
Okay.
process. Okay.
So Alice coached by you or me, and then Van On by Alice.
Yeah, and if Alice feels comfortable today, if not, that can be a private peer thing that you can do
So
also, Alice.
That's great.
It's all possible.
Yay.
So we have the recording. Vivian, we'll stop the recording and we'll be back 15 after that. We'll be at 22 after the hour. Okay, everyone?
Sure. What is the verdict of who's going to be coached by whom today? This is a lot of, from Sandra to everyone. I have some problems with my laptop. Okay. Thank you, Sandra, for telling us. And even if you're off, not on camera, you're there with us. Can I open the camera? All right. So we have Alice, and we have Sandy, and we have Van On. So who's going to coach who? It's just so we can resolve the coaching opportunity today.
So Alice, can I ask you, if you were to be coached,
No, Coach, Alice has an item, or
I just want to
Right.
just to ask Alice one question. If you were to be coached, what is your goal that you'd like to work on in this session?
Actually, I have one question in my mind, a topic in my mind that I want to be solved through this coaching.
Okay. Do you believe it's resolvable if we do if there's a
Right.
25-30-minute session?
Yes,
Is it possible
sure.
to be resolved? Great.
Great.
That's what we have to look at.
Yes.
would you prefer to be coached, or would you prefer to be to coach or to be coached? That's the question.
Either way, I'm all fine.
Any preference?
Preference. You want me to make a decision? I think if I prefer to be coached first, and then
Okay.
if there's time, I could coach.
Okay, deal. That's great. And then would you prefer to be coached by Michael or me?
Or more.
Because that's the second
More.
one.
And there's no wrong answer, Alice, at all.
Yes. So
Okay.
maybe Dr. Sherry first.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That's because we have the mother of coaching in the house.
Yes. Yes.
I do that. I'm the uncle. I'm just an uncle. Don't worry about it.
Uncle,
All right.
Uncle, I haven't
Uncle
heard it
Michael.
before.
Okay.
All right.
So this is what we're going to do. So in a moment, everybody will turn off their camera except Alice and Dr. Sheree, and mute your mic. Many of you know the program already, so thank you all for doing that. And it'll be a session that the two of you will take through. And Gustav, you'll just take off your camera for now, okay? Like before. Thanks, Gustav. And then we'll
Great.
come back and do a little mentoring after that.
Terrific.
Okay,
All
so
right.
why don't you take the camera
I will.
on
And
you?
you have to go away.
Well, I'm going to move away.
Do you want to move over there?
I might move.
Because,
Yeah.
all right. I mean, I can just have you out of the
Is
picture.
it good?
That's
I
fine.
just need to
So,
take some notes.
as long as you're comfortable.
I'm good.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
So Alice, hi.
Dr. Sherry.
How do you feel about having your session with me today?
Actually, I didn't think of this coaching session so early, but when you asked the question, I'm really looking forward to that, because
That's
I do
great.
have a question in mind.
That's great. So you mentioned before that you do have a specific goal for the session.
Mm.
Would you be willing to share that goal with me?
when Michael shared the colorful feeling, how do you feel right now? I most of the time feel peaceful, but I do know there's one thing stressed me. It's the university coaching program. That's a little bit of stress in my mind. I want to get more relaxation on that topic rather than stress.
Okay. At the end of our conversation today, Alice, what is it specifically that you would like to take away that has to do with lightening the stress on that topic?
Maybe the takeaway is my my stress level could be reduced if it is 7 or 8 now. I hope that after this conversation it could be 2 or 3.
Okay, from 7 to 8 to 2 to 3. Okay, great. What a great goal. Would you like to let me know when the stress happens? In other words, you said mostly you're peaceful, but there's something about this program that is bringing stress into your life. Correct?
Yes. Most of the time it's peaceful, but when I think of this program, I'm very exciting, but at the same time, I feel a little bit stressed. Starting from the day when I know this is going to happen, the program is going to happen.
Okay. And when you use the word stress, what does that mean to you?
I feel pressure, and I also feel fear that there is some fear. Fear there.
And can you pinpoint what the fear is related to?
The fear is if I fail the expectation of myself. It's very contradictory. One part of me is saying, you've been doing this all the time for so many years. It's proven it's a successful program. It won't fail, but at the same time is I have this fear of failure.
And what would failure look like?
Pardon?
What would failure look like?
Failure looks like the program is not successful, as it does not work as effective as before.
Okay. So when you say the word not as successful, have you determined for yourself or with others what success looks like?
The success for me, I haven't worked out this with the professors in the university, but my definition for success is the students, the doctors, because they are all PhD students. They change themselves and they could benefit from this class, from the program.
Okay. So when you say that all the PhD students would benefit from the program, is it possible, and maybe not now, maybe for homework, to look at what would be the benefit or the change that you would like to see in them for you to feel a sense of the program being totally successful?
I wish they could more open their hearts, more smiles in their faces, and changes in their behaviors.
Okay, so open hearts and more smiles? And how would you like their behaviors to change?
I hope they could accommodate new habits of behaviors, because it's about leadership. It's more about behavior changing. They could form new habits for management, just slightly change of their behaviors, maybe more open communications, more empowerment for themselves and for the rest of the others.
Okay.
And more goal-oriented, something like that.
All right, that sounds great. And if we go back to what you said earlier, that you have the contradictory part, that you have two different voices inside you. You have the voice that says, you've been doing this for so long. You know what you're doing. You are a real star. You can do this with your eyes closed. I mean, that's just not a challenge at all. And then there's the other part that says, yeah, but what if it isn't successful this time? What if it doesn't meet with the expectations? What if? Did I hear those two voices?
Yeah, the reason why the fear is there, because I'm going to use new program that's different, that's more local Chinese oriented program instead of the program that I've been used so many times. So that's the new experiment and the new test.
So it's an experiment. And there's new material, new content?
Yes.
So if I hear you correctly, the old program that you are familiar with presenting, you have a lot of security about its success and it landing with the right people in the right way and creating the behavior change that you desire. The new program, since it's more of an experiment and hasn't been tried and true, there's a little bit of fear inside you that says, oh, what if? Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So what would you like to do with these two different parts of you having this conversation about the success of this program? What would you like to do with them?
I don't know. I have these voices. One part of me is saying, go ahead with the materials ready, with the practices ready. It won't go wrong, because I have such belief that this coaching method, this way of coaching, how should I say that, is the coaching is working. That's my belief. It's not general MBA program just lecturing on management and leadership. I've been doing this coaching for such a long time. I know it's working for sure. It's in my heart. But just because of the content is new, then my fear comes from there. It's it might fail. But so that's the part of fear.
So do you have confidence in the new content?
Not yet. Not yet. I do not have that much confidence yet for the content itself.
Yeah. What would be a step that you could take towards having that confidence in the content?
I think I should have written the content or review the content more, or clarify the content, check the content more.
Okay. Would you like to make that a goal of yours? Review the content, clarifying it and checking it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And when would be a good time for you to do that?
As early as I can. I have the framework. I have the content in different parts of the notes, but I didn't assemble the content yet. So maybe I should assemble the content at the end of this week, maybe the Sunday, and then review the content the following week. And then more time for me to fine tune it, because the deadline for that is second week of September.
Great. How does that feel in terms when you say those words out loud of your plan going forward?
Better. But still nervous because the timeline is very limited.
Still nervous. Okay. So what, we went from stress to nervous. Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
50-50. I think 50 partially is I have this deadline ready that relieves a bit of the fear. At the same time, I'm nervous to the deadline is I need to do that. That's the part.
What's the part? The deadline part or
the deadline part? The deadline part.
The second week of September, is that it?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, the end of this week and the following week, this work deadline.
So you're assembling the content and reviewing it the following week. Those should make you a little nervous. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What is it about them that creates the nervousness?
I'm a little bit nervous because I have this fear that I might not fulfill the work before the end of the week, or I miss the deadline.
Because of the assembly part, or is it the reviewing part, or both?
More on the assembling part.
Okay. Is there anything or anyone who could help you with the assembling of that content?
Yes. Yes. I could find someone to help me.
Great. Who are the candidates that you might reach out to?
Yeah, I have my professor partner. I do have a Chinese professor, actually two. One professor is my working partner in my team, and the other professor is the professor who invites me to do this work in the university.
Great. Do you want to reach out to one or both?
I could reach to them both. Actually, I have a meeting with them tomorrow. So good. Now I have to find a meeting topic for them, because we're going to review the whole framework tomorrow.
Great. Well, how does that make you feel?
Much better now.
Tomorrow you're going to review the whole framework, and you can probably address anything that is a concern or a fear or that kind of is shaking your confidence, because we know, because you said it, that the professor who chose you to do this program has a lot of faith and belief and confidence in you and your
Yes.
capacity to do this brilliantly. And so the question is, what can you do tomorrow in your meetings with these two professors to be able to move that nervousness or stress or lack of confidence in the new content, to be able to move that off the plate so that you feel completely secure in what you're going to deliver?
Mm. So let me clarify. So you're saying, how do I present my concern over the new content to them, so that we could work together as a team?
Yes, exactly. How does that feel to you?
That sounds brilliant, actually. That relieves much of my pressure, because I know where my fear comes from, because before our conversation, my fear is I focus too much on the framework itself and the content. But now, tomorrow, I'm going to share with them that we have this framework, but I'm not that 100% sure about the content. We need to work together as a team. I need their help.
I hear some giggles. That tell me what the giggles are saying.
It's saying that we are a team. I'm not alone.
No, you're not. And you have support around you and you can ask for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, at this moment, where is that stress level? What number would you put on it?
It's 102. Very little.
Okay.
Thank you.
That is so great to hear. I'm so proud of you for actually looking at this situation and coming up with the I'm not alone, we are a team solution, reaching out for help. Brilliant. And I know your plan. Yeah. Tomorrow you're gonna meet with them, and then Sunday you're gonna review the content and you're going to clarify, and you've got your plan in front of you. Is there anything else, Alice, that we should address right now before we close our session?
No, I just want to share my relief that what's the fear? It's the fear that I'm going to lose my face in front of the professors. But now I said, no, it's not about face losing. It's about working as a team to make this program successful. Thank you.
It's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for your willingness and your stepping up. It's a pleasure to work with you, Alice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sherry.
Okay.
It's really.
Do I have your permission to close the session now?
Sure.
Okay, great. All righty. And we'll invite everybody back.
Yeah.
To talk about it. Super.
Okay, so we're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Alice, how are you feeling after your session with Dr. Sherry?
I feel much relieved and feel happy.
It's definitely all over your face, for sure. Your face does not lie. So very happy. Dr. Sherry, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm reflecting Alice's happiness back at her, because I think she exudes a sense of delight. That's the only word I can think of, because of it's like from stress to delight in a session is, to me, the miracle of coaching. It really is. I think it is such a great gift to be able to offer people.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So here's what we'll do. We'll do this weekly, if we choose to have a coaching session. After we do the session, we'll open up to all of you to what you observed, your insights, reflections, what the coach did. It could have been me or Dr. Cherie. It could be Vanan coaching, Alice, all of us coaching somebody, and just giving, mentor coaching. It could be, hey, it could be observations, what I observed the coach did well, and maybe what I believe that they missed, a development art. And that's okay. We can go on both sides because we're here to learn and to grow. And we're all kind, we're all smart people, we all know what we can do, but to keep our heart open and deliver feedback, I think that's our purpose also.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
So we like to open it all to you. Just raise the hand and say, this is what I observed Dr. Sri doing, or I noticed. So who would be first? Vanan?
Yeah. My keyword from the session is exploration. As in, when the coachee mentions about something, coach here in this situation, Dr. Shuri, she asked for the definition of each element. Even though it sounds very familiar, it's a common term, it's nothing out of ordinary, but then Dr. Shuri explore those keywords. Like, what does it mean in your definition? Success, failure, how does it look like? Like, so my keyword getting that I got from this session is the word exploration. And with that, throughout the whole session, it's not just exploration about the language, but it's exploration about the gesture, the facial expression, the change in energy, the shift in energy, everything around that. So it's not just verbal, it's not just the language, but it's the whole person. That's my key takeaway from the session when I observe it. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
You're muted, Michael.
So when we go down, for whatever reason, it'll take a moment to reboot. What happens is we are muted. So thank you, Vanan, for saying that. So we'll just hold for a moment. We'll get back up to speed. And Vanan, please continue your share or insights.
Yeah, that's my insights, exploration, and just my explanation for that word, exploration.
Yep. Okay. So what you said is you noticed the coach stayed with Alice, the client, step by step, but explored everything she was saying and came back with a question.
So there were no assumptions.
The definition. So you weren't guessing, oh, I know what that is, meaning maybe I didn't.
Well, I know what stress is for me, but I don't know what stress is for Alice.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so that's the key thing here is finding out for her what that looks like and how that feels, and also success as well.
So Alice talked about the stress level 7 to 8, and you said, well, where would you like to have it be? And she said 2 to 3.
Right.
Okay, so you got some clarity. Thank you, Vanan, for that first part. And I'd love to have you circle back with anything else. Yes, Barry.
Barry.
Yep, let me mute it. One very impressive part I think the coach did is when the coach asked who else, who or somebody or some other resources can help you to accomplish the task. I think it's in the following week, Alice is gonna assemble all of the contents. I think it's very heavy duty load. And I think at that moment, Alice was, based on her reaction, was, she reached out to a lot of other resources of the professors. I think it was very brave to reach out to other people's help, to support, to accomplish some goals and to make it ours. I think the coach kind of re-guided Alice to think this is more than her doing her own job. It's too heavy for herself. I didn't assume anything, but I think it's very important to guide the thinking to maybe some other resources or some other people out there they can reach out to. I think that is the most impressive part I have learned from this session.
Yeah, exactly. As simple as that question was.
Yeah, and the thing that Alice said at the end of the session was, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I have a team, which I think to me felt like something really important landed for her, as if, you know, up until this point, she's been thinking she had to do it all on her own and figure it all out on her own. And now all of a sudden she said, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
So for her to be able to, you know, say, yeah, I'm not alone.
I think that's Gustav.
Oui,
Gustav, can you mute your microphone? Let's find Gustav and let's see. Gustav, sorry.
Thank you, Barry. That was really,
Barry, that was great.
nice
You're right.
insight.
You pinpointed that. And for the coach, you know, always asking the client, you know, what kind of support do you need?
Right.
You know, first of all, from the coach, how can I support you? But then is there support in your
your world,
your community, your
yeah.
world, your tribe that can support you?
Yeah.
And Alice immediately, boom.
That was a kind of an aha moment. Yeah, beautiful.
And she, yeah. So thank you, Barry, for one poignant moment. And it was a win on that one. Who's next? Yeah, John.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite impressive of how, of course, always Dr. Sherry hold the space. And it feels to me, you give a lot of patience. So Alice was stressing out and she mentioned that sometimes people may jump into conclusions, right? But that was basic coaching. But the fact that you were able to wait, and Alice was so courageous. At one point, she said, you know, my fear is about losing my face in front of the professors. And then she mentioned while she was contemplating over the questions you asked, she also said, oh, this professor has so much faith in me. And what I see in her is she's connecting these things instead of standing kind of, you know, face to face with that professor. It feels as if she actually walked over to that professor. And that was very amazing. I think Barry mentioned that it's, well, surely we will hear you sharing later, Alice. So then this is kind of an insight. It feels there was a light struck Alice at some point. Yeah, so that was very, very warm section. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Joan. Well, I think that light struck. There was a moment that Dr. Sherry said, what's that giggle? And the giggle could have been that little lightning that went through maybe Alice's heart of,
relief. It's the giggle of
her maybe stressed and nervousness to the next level coming
relief,
down. And Alice articulated beautifully. So I think we're all with you in the session. Thank you, John. Nice. Who's next?
I can try, Mike.
Yes, absolutely, Gustav. Go for it.
Yeah, I followed the session, and to start, when the coachee was explaining the situation, her facial expression was different. And I liked the way Dr. Sherry managed the situation to keep the conversation going on. And she used 3 questions, what I noted. The first one was when she asked, what did the success look like? The second one, what the benefit for you to feel as you like, think like this, and how would you like their behavior to be? So at this time, when the coachee respond to these three questions, I saw that her facial expression changed at the same time, and the conversation continued. This is what I noted from my side.
What wonderful reflections and insights,
Thank
Gustav.
you. Thank you, Gustav.
That was really great. And in that series of those questions, you brought up sort of the voice, her voice dialogue. I'm hearing what, two voices?
The two voices, the part that's confident and based on a history, a
Right.
track record of having demonstrated
I've done this before.
capability and competence. And then the other voice, which is, yeah, but voice, which is new content,
New
it's an
material.
experiment,
Uh-huh.
it's never been done before. And that part of her that's, you know, in a little bit of nervousness about it. So it's also bringing that forward. And that's probably one of the most important things in an MCC session is to have the person look within themselves at what's happening inside as opposed to outside.
Okay, so it's almost like, Alice, you've done this before. Oh, it's new material. That was new information for you as a coach.
Right.
So it's new information. How does
Yes.
that feel? I'm nervous. Oh,
yeah.
And it's all on me
and-
to assemble it and content and all that.
Right.
Well, what can you do differently?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's who else would love to jump in and share an insight or reflection? Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, Sandy. Go for it. Sandy.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think the first point I was super impressed by Dr. Sherry is the listening skill, really attentive listening with curiosity. Because when Alice shared her concern, the pressure, the feeling of fear, I was thinking if I was the coach, I would immediately ask what caused your stress or what caused your fear. But instead, Dr. Sherry asked, what does that pressure mean to you? And what does the failure look like? So somehow the first step is to help the coachee to clarify what that feeling exactly is. So this actually helped the coachee to clarify what is, really hindering her or hold her back, getting more clearly. Because sometimes when the coachee firstly come to us, they just have a kind of feeling. They didn't exactly know what is behind that feeling. But I was super impressed by Dr. Sherry's listening with curiosity to explore, just like what just now Van An shared, this exploration to help the coachee to clarify. And then Dr. Sherry was very sharp to keep the keywords of the coachee of Alice. So when Alice said she had fear because she was afraid she may not be able to deliver as successfully as before, and Dr. Sherry catch the keyword of successful. So Dr. Sherry asked Alice to clarify, to describe what is the successful picture looks like. Yeah, because if you don't have a clear criteria or standard of success, then how could you have that kind of fear or stress feeling? So this is a very smart question. Just catch the keyword, and also you listen. You heard the two voices in Alice's mind. This she was in this dilemma, and then another thing I was super impressed is you actually help Alice to find her self-efficacy. So a question is you ask, what would be the steps for you to have that confidence? Because you heard that the fear was because the content was new, the program was new. And then you immediately ask, do you have a confidence in the content? And I said, no, not exactly. So you immediately ask, what action, what could you do? What could be the steps for you to have that kind of confidence? So as long as the coachee feel that there is something within her influence power, that there is something she actually can do to make the situation a little bit better. So then her stress level, her anxiety level reduced. But still it's not there yet, because if only by herself, there's still a lot of other burden. And then you ask another, smarter question. So besides yourself, who else could you turn for help? So this question immediately helped Alice to broaden the horizon. Suddenly she felt there are more options and more resources to leverage. So on one hand, you help her to get the self-efficacy. And then on the other hand, you also help her to broaden her options and to find more resources. And I think another point I was super impressed by Dr. Cherie is your observing skill. So you observe that Alice said from the beginning, her feeling was stressed. And now, then she said nervous. So you ask her, from stress to nervous, is it positive or negative? What does it mean to you? So this is another very, smart question, because even though stress and nervous are still in this kind of a negative part of a feeling, but the energy level are different from stress and nervous, because stress is a kind of no idea what to do, no option, no resources. But nervous, the energy level is a little bit higher, even though still a little bit stressed, but right now there's some option there. But just because have the option there, but haven't tried. So this is slight difference about the energy level, and you catch it. And then you also observe her giggle. This is a positive sign. So that is what I have observed. So super impressed.
Great
That's
observation.
a few things, Sandy. Thank you so much. It was great. That was wonderful. You tracked everything. And that's true. And as Dr. Shi was asking Alice these questions and then having her go back to the feeling, Alice's face was changing also, because she had a different look of, moving from stress, like you said, to nervous, to maybe those 2 and 3 numbers. And so the number,
Anticipation and excitement, and the words that she said that really landed for me were, "I'm not alone."
Yeah.
Oh, it was,
And to by that was really great.
yeah, really.
I have these 2 professors and I can talk to them. They like me. It's not that I have to
I can be honest about it.
Yeah, it's not that
Yeah.
they don't like me and I got to fight for asking.
Or I have to pretend that I'm great with it all.
Yeah.
It's that new content that's got me a little bit shaky. And that's totally understandable.
Let's go back to Banan.
Just to add on more to Sandy's point, and to tie with my keyword previously, exploration. The session takes place in a way that every emotion of the coachee is treasured and acknowledged. As in whether it's sad or stress or pressure, whatever it is that the coachee shared, it was acknowledged, recognized, and explored. Just to add on to Sandy's point about that. So, thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's great. So I could say that, how was your empathy level for Alice when you were coaching her?
Well, okay, so let's look at the reality. We are starting tonight, wherever you are, a brand new program that's never been done before. So there's a perfect mirror.
That's what my next question was.
Exactly.
I mean,
here we are. It's a level 3 program. It's never been done before. ICF has never accredited a level 3 program before, to my knowledge. And we're launching it with all of you. And it's an experimental program. So Alice, it was a complete mirror for me to be able to coach you about this new program you're doing. new content, new information. How will they like it? So yes.
So Alice, so when we mentor, I say to the coach, and if I'm mentoring, was there a mirror with your client in this session?
In other words, something that you could relate to in the moment that may be happening in your own life. And that's why this person is sitting across from you. Why the magic of coaching, that I would have a session tonight with a person who is designing a program that they're just brand new.
And it's right here, right now. So,
yeah.
But did you feel any of the session? Did that pop up for a moment? Do you feel?
Well, I had my own internal giggle about it.
Oh.
And my internal giggle was like, the universe has a very big sense of humor. It's like, how could this happen?
Alice?
Yes. It's really amazing when I heard all of your observations and notes. Yeah, Dr. Sri, when you said measure, yes, it's true. The real help is I didn't realize is my nervous is about face losing until because your exploration of one question after another question till the last one, when you say what kind of resources that might help you, then I realize that's a big relief to me. But the real relief is when I realize that the point is I could ask for help rather than standing there like a wall saying, I'm going to do this. Because those two professors are there already supporting me and ready to help me, but I didn't ask at all. I didn't show that at all. So that's why, that's the biggest point of myself is I just want to being myself, facing all the challenges, and that's the part I need to break the wall of myself. So that's when you ask the question, where's the giggle comes from? That's where it is.
That's
so
just great. Thank you, Alice.
Well, this session is a learning for all of us to say, when we need help, ask for it.
Yeah.
And I'm so stoic, I got to do it.
Oh, myself.
I don't want people to think I'm not an expert or weak or I'm dumb or I'm an idiot.
I don't have all the answers.
Yes. And to reaching out is an act of weakness. No, it's not.
But I didn't realize before this coaching session, the problem is I didn't realize that's the part of me that I should say I need help. I didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That's why you wanted to have a session.
So good.
So it's just that little shift in perspective of looking at it from a different angle and saying, yeah, do you have resources? I can't. Well, why didn't that dawn on me before? Just because it didn't, and because you hadn't had that little shift in perspective. So that's part of the magic of coaching, is really looking at it together, that partnership.
Yes.
Yeah. So it seemed like, Alice, after your giggle and acknowledgement of you got it, I mean, verbally, Dr. She picked up the audio, a giggle, and then she said, now where is the stress level now? So we brought back from the beginning, the takeaway,
right.
Coming back, as we all know, as coaches, we brought it back into the space to find out, now, where are you now with your stress level?
Yeah, to get a gauge of that.
Yeah. And so
I think she said 1 to 2.
Yeah, well, it was set for originally 2 to 3, I think.
Yeah, but we exceeded that.
Yeah, we got 1 to 2. That's cool.
I think so.
That's great.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so is it a wrap?
I get Barry. Barry, one more.
Yeah, I've got one
or
question to Alice. So, what do you think that helped you through the whole process from like the very highest stress level to reduce it to like 1 or 2 or 2 to 3? What was working? I'm so curious about that.
You mean what is between them? What's your question?
Yeah, I mean, we all noticed that there was a dramatic shift from the lower of your stress level.
Yes.
So what did you see that contributed to the whole change, to the change? So
yes, like what I said just now, the Dr. Shui's question, the key question is, do you there's any other resources to support me, to help me? And that part, I realized my question is about asking for help. It's not working alone, just being an expert that you do that all on yourself, but rather you can ask for help, show your vulnerability, show your weakness. It's not a shame to asking for help. And then it's basically, it's a program of team working. It's not a program for myself. It's rather, it's really the essence of that program is a team working, but I didn't see that part. I didn't see me standing there as an obstacle. Myself is the problem. It's not the program or the content. So that fully reduced my stress. Is I have this stress that should not be a stress at all. It's a team program. The success is for the team itself, not for Alice, your own individual.
Okay, thank you, Alice. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you. That was very brave. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Good. And let's go finally to Sandy.
Thank you. I have a question because our diversity program focus on who, on the being, and today our session only have 20 minutes. So I'm just curious to know if we have a longer session, if we want to explore deeper about the who, about the being of the clients, what kind of question could we further ask?
Well, we did touch on the who when we talked about the two different sides of Alice, the two sides that were talking to each other, because that goes on the inside of what is her dialogue, what are her thoughts, what is the fear. All of that is getting into the who of her. If we wanted to go deeper into the who, we might say something like, what would make you feel a total success in your heart? Because before she mentioned open hearts and more smiles. And those were two of her top goals before the behavior change. So going back into what she said, what would give you, your heart, that desire, that success? What would make your heart feel totally successful? Something like that.
Thank you.
So when we talk about stress and fear and nervousness, that's not the situation. That's how Alice is on the inside. And to get that and to get a hold of it and to reduce it, and what do I need to do for you, or you need to do for it? That's talking about her with her own, coming up with her own winning formula. And that was the part of the success, the support that she needed to do to ask somebody to make her feel that that level of stress had gone down. So knowing that.
Well, remember, she's saying before, it's about saving face.
Right.
And saving face means I'm on my own. I've got to do it all on my own. It's all up to me. I have to review the content. I have to clarify it. I have to check it. I have to do all this on my own. And that creates that kind of stressful, nervous feeling. I have to do it all on my own. And I have to prove that I'm as good as I was in the past when I was totally successful with my other programs. When she brought the team together, the provingness went away, because we're now a team together and I can be vulnerable and ask for support.
So there it is. How do I need to show up?
Yes.
The who, how do I need to show up as a leader?
Right.
Vulnerable, open heart, ask for support.
Yes. So she's
There
kind
it
of
is.
asking, she's answering it without it being asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in essence, Sandy, it was a floater. It was, the who was in the space. It took a little dive and then back up here. It was like a dolphin, diving through waves, going down and up and down and up.
That's nice.
And Alice got to it. So thank you, Alice, again. Thank you, all of you. First, Alice, thank you for volunteering, number one, for our module number one, our launch. And thank you, all of you, for your contribution in your observation. And Dr. Shri, thank you for your session to open it up.
My
All right.
pleasure.
So now we do have some time to put all of you
Into a little
in some
breakout room.
breakout room. So Vivian,
So what do you want them to focus on in the breakout room,
well,
Michael?
in the breakout room,
Yes.
whatever they want. Usually we usually this is the focus. There might be something we want you to talk about or coach each other. So what would you like to do?
Why becoming MCC level is important to them?
Okay.
Maybe that's it.
And we know MCC is for some of you a distance away. And when I did my MCC, it took me 7 years, and I didn't say I'm going to get it today, but I planned it step by step, step by step. So for many of you, it might be a planning opportunity. Vanana's on the crest of getting hers.
Right.
She just wants a little bit.
She's on the precipice.
She wants to be ignited through this to push forward.
Yes.
To make it happen. So we all have different objectives, but we
Right.
love to maybe when you're in with a private peer, hey, share some of your heart, share some of your desires, maybe your fears about this MCC. What do I need to do? Who do I need to become a master certified
What a great
coach?
question.
Okay. So
Vivian?
Vivian,
Yes.
you ready to do your magic
Yes.
and put
Yes, I have
Okay.
4 groups of 2. And how many time you want us to discuss?
well, let me see, it's 20 after, and we gave 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Or
it's
30,
okay.
yeah, because
Okay.
we're coming back and we just do our summary and say goodnight or good morning to everybody. So why don't we give 30 minutes?
Sure.
30 minutes together. And
All
then,
right.
and
30
then
minutes
every
in total.
Wednesday we'll share it out.
And the one question that we forgot to ask, which is a really important question, is if any one of you has an issue or a problem with your email being shared with the other participants, because we have to ask that privacy question so that we don't violate your privacy. But we would also love you to be able to contact each other for sessions and to.
Yeah, and once in a while I'll do a group email, and I just want to know if everybody's okay with the email.
The email.
So
Yeah,
if we
that's
have all
great.
your permission.
So
That's
if you
cool.
have an
Thank you, Barry.
issue, please
Thank you,
put it on the chat. Let Michael
the one.
know. Now, I'm a very private person. I don't want anyone to know my email. It's okay.
It just stays within the community here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because there's some documents or a
Great.
video I might want to send everybody via email. Okay, are we all good? Gustav, are you okay with that?
Alice says okay.
And Michael, our class will finish in 25
Yes.
minutes. So should we have the breakout room for like 20?
Why don't you do
20 minutes. How about 20 minutes?
Why don't we do 20? My time is a little off. Right now it's 7:20 in the morning.
20 minutes is perfect.
Go
Vivian.
for it.
Thank you.
Let's stop our talking and
20
let everybody
minutes.
get together.
All right. Okay, we have
We'll see
20 minutes
everybody.
in breakout rooms.
Great.
Thanks.
That's fine.
Thanks, Vivian. And we'll stop the recording. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we close our session. Thank you, Vivian.
First time and we set up a meeting for tomorrow to practice coaching.
Great.
Yeah, it's my evening and it's his afternoon, so it works.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
That's great.
Who else would like to let us know how you're doing?
John and me, we could speak Chinese very well in our group, and so nice meeting with John, and we again express our amazing feeling of the universe energy. Really good.
That's great.
That's nice. On the same
Yeah,
page.
I echo that. So Dr. Shuri, I just briefly share that you were talking about having this class earlier, and there was a lot of hiccups and thoughts, and Alice was like, this is that was very interesting.
Yeah.
And Joan you were the first one. You were the
She
first one
was
to
the
sign up.
first,
You said
absolutely.
when you put the program together, I'll be
I'm
the first
in.
one, and you were. So thank you for your commitment.
Absolutely.
And going on along the ride with us. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for that. That's great. Anybody else like to share before we get to our summary?
Dr. Bun?
Yes, I pair with Sandra, and remind me about the books of messages, because of before to go to the breakout room, the name that's pop up in my head is Stranda. So I see her in the breakout room. What is pop out? Then we asking each other about the goal to be the MCC, the mission to be the MCC, why she want to be the MCC, or why I want to be the MCC. That, yeah. So at the same that what we think. Yeah, something like that. That's that.
That's nice.
Thank you.
That's nice. Thank you. Thank you. Tituan.
That's great. And Barry, I know that you missed some of the program. What Vivian will have we'll have the recording for today, so you can watch it to back up on what you missed, so you can get current, if that's helpful. So anytime you're absent for business or an emergency, you can always watch the Wednesday video recording. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome. Good.
Great.
Okay, let's just go to our final.
Oh, sure.
And we'll just do our share screen for a moment. Let me find the right screen. Sorry, everybody. We are still in the throes.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, and that's all I need right now. 1 second. There it is. Okay.
I thought you were going to share the other screen, or did you tell them it was on WeChat?
Yeah, if you go on the WeChat right now, I also created all the email addresses for everyone. So if you go to WeChat, excuse me, the chat on the Zoom, you can do a
Zoom chat.
A quick cut and paste.
Do they have to keep that?
Because
it
when we
disappears
do close
when you
out,
edit it?
when we close out, it'll be gone. So let you all know that. Okay, so our summary today, Dr. Sri.
This coach certification journey has been carefully designed for you.
Every aspect of it contributes to you becoming a brilliant MCC ICF coach.
The more you put into the investment, the more you will get out of it.
There are a lot to embrace: classes, coaching practice, LMS, engagement.
You'll learn how to play the game, so to speak, and to be patient with yourself.
You are in good hands, and you need to reach out to us with your questions.
MCC level coaching is transformational.
We're here for you to achieve all your goals.
Welcome to level 3 coaching mastery.
So again, hey, thank you for this, for attending the pilot program. We are working our way out, just like Alice is doing. We are working our way to navigate a successful program every Wednesday for all of you.
And the other thing we want you to know is that at any time that you want something that you're not getting, or that you request something, or you have questions, or whatever you want, you have total access to us to let us know what will work for you.
Yeah,
we're here for you.
And so next, since we are airbound lockdown, we are in lockdown because I have COVID. We cannot travel back to Thailand. So we will be here next Wednesday, same time, same station.
Yes.
So don't forget us. We won't forget you. And have a wonderful week. And we're getting the LMS together because we are transitioning from Thinkific to a new platform called Fresh. And we just want all of you, Joan, you know Thinkific. We've been on Thinkific. Many of you know that we've been on Thinkific for Gustav. And so we are transitioning. We'll keep you guys all advised. So just have a little patience with us. And so this is what we're working through.
It's happening right now. Our technicians are making it all work, and everything's coming together beautifully.
So they're supposed to be doing a seamless transition of all information from Thinkific to a new platform
called Fresh Learn.
You know what happens with technology. I mean,
it'll be great.
It's almost there, but
it will be.
I have the believer. This is the believer. She believes everything's going to.
Believer. It will all come together beautifully.
And I will support the process. So thank you again. Have a great day, great evening, wherever you are. No, it's evening for all of you.
Whatever it is, enjoy, celebrate, and be the very best coach you can be. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Vivian, for
Thank
your
you.
support.
Good day.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you, Michael and Dr. Sherry.
You're welcome.
Get
Bye,
well.
Stay
Michael.
safe, stay healthy, everybody. Bye.
Bye.